What's going on, party people? Before we get into this week's gaming news, I just want to let you know that code DannyD is currently 30% off at gfuel.com until March 1st. It got a new flavor, Pink Drip, up for pre-order. Snag it now before that goes out of stock, because then you'll have to wait for the restock, and who knows when that's going to be. We're on a mission to get our own G Fuel shaker, and the best way to make that happen is if you guys use the hell out of that code. I recommend Wampa Fruit, Ice Shatter, and PewDiePie. If you've never had G Fuel before, I recommend Snow Cone. I actually just did a review on Snow Cone and why I think it might be the best beginner flavor. I appreciate the support. Let's get into this week's gaming news. Now, this week was kind of slow. There wasn't a whole lot going on, so I'm just going to go through some of the stuff that stood out to me or that I think you guys might be interested in. All right, our first news topic. During a performance for BlizzCon, the Twitch gaming channel actually cut off the Metallica concert and replaced it with 8-bit folk music to avoid getting DMCA. Now, there's not a whole lot else to say about this. It really just shows how ridiculous it's getting with the whole DMCA situation at Twitch. There was actually other streamers during the event that were watching it that decided they had to mute the stream in order to avoid a DMCA. I, for one, use copyright-free music on Twitch, so I'm not really concerned about a DMCA strike, but it is something that we just have to face as a reality right now in the current state of Twitch. And I'm sure it's something that we'll be covering a lot more in the future. In other news, Star Wars Republic Commando is being remastered, but it's only coming to PS4 and Switch. Now, what's funny about this is it was actually an Xbox exclusive back in the day, so the fact that it's only coming to PS4 and Switch is definitely kind of weird, but it makes sense since EA has recently had the rights to the Star Wars games. Apparently, this game's coming out on April 6th. I honestly never played it. I don't think I'll get to because I don't have a PS4 or a Switch, but hey, if that's something you're into, it's coming out very soon. Also, this week we received the Cold War/Warzone Season 2 update. Now, as far as my opinion goes on the update, kind of underwhelming. I did see other creators a little disappointed. It seems to be kind of a joke right now that, you know, you do this zombie challenge on the boat that we got, and you just get a fancy gas mask and an armor satchel. Now, there is a theory that zombies may overtake Verdansk, resulting in it having to be nuked, and then next season we get a new map. Some users have pointed out that there is 20 locations with these computers, and one of them says 5%. So maybe we have to wait to see these get to 100%? We also see that there is a red claw mark on the map where the zombies are at. Maybe that means we'll see more claw marks on the map as the season goes. Now with this update, we also saw a battle pass, which, again, the consensus is it's not very good. There is one reactive camo and 2 new weapons, which seems to be the highlight of the battle pass. But out of 100 tiers, only 3 of those tiers being exciting, people are a little disappointed. But we also did get the outbreak mode. I, for one, find it a little slow, not very exciting. I played it once, got to round 5. We died because I made the mistake of activating an objective without thinking about it. I find the mode very repetitive. I don't see myself playing it again. Now, apparently the new map that we're supposed to get got delayed till April, so I think a lot of people are waiting to see if that new map is going to be worth the wait. And depending on how good that map is, we'll see if Warzone survives 2021. Valheim is continuing to break records. It has now sold 4 million copies in under 3 weeks, and has peaked at 500,000 concurrent viewers. Now, I had said in the past news video that I had hopped in and tried the game, had some issue getting some of my viewers into the game with me. I've yet to try it again, but I mean, this game's hot. I have some other content creator friends who have been having a blast playing it, so I might have to hop into it offline and see if I really get into it or not. I definitely don't see this game going away anytime soon. And again, if you haven't heard, it's $20 right now, and it's in early access. I, for one, so far think it is definitely worth the $20. Sad news for Anthem players. It turns out that EA has canceled their big revamp, but they're still going to keep the game running. Now, I never played this game. I heard very disappointing things about it. Apparently, they were supposed to revamp it, and it was going to be called Anthem Next, but it looks like the company has decided to cancel those plans. I'm assuming that after 2 years of poor reviews and a dying fan base, I guess they just decided to abandon the game. We got news on the Halo show that's been in the works for, I don't know, a decade now. They've been talking about this show forever. It's been shuffled around, gotten delayed, all kinds of stuff. Well, it turns out Showtime has decided to drop it, and now Paramount's going to get it. Now, they're planning to have this show out in 2022 now. We'll see if that really happens. I am personally curious about this show. I love movies and TV, so I'll be keeping an eye on this, but definitely not going to hold my breath. I wouldn't be surprised if it got delayed again. It seems like Cyberpunk 2077 just can't catch a break. Cyberpunk's next patch, 1.2, has been delayed till the second half of March due to a cyber attack. CD Projekt Red tweeted, "While we clearly wanted to deliver patch 1.2 for Cyberpunk 2077 in the time span we detailed previously, the recent cyber attack on the studio's IT infrastructure and extensive scope of the update means that this unfortunately will not happen. We'll need some additional time. Our goal for patch 1.2 goes beyond any of our previous updates. We've been working on numerous overall quality improvements and fixes. We still have work to do to make sure that that's what we get. With that in mind, we are now aiming to release in the second half of March. This article says the ransomware attack has been a source of considerable disruption for CD Projekt Red, as it included both source code and personal details of employees and other sensitive information that was allegedly later sold on the internet. I beat the game in 20 hours during a 24-hour stream, was very disappointed, unless it was just walking around and dialogue. I couldn't complete any of the side missions, and after that stream, I decided I'm probably just going to wait until some kind of like No Man's Sky Next level update, where the game is considered pretty much fixed. And supposedly they are working on a multiplayer mode for this game, or a standalone multiplayer version of it. Who knows what's going to happen with that. CD Projekt Red has a long way to go until this game is considered what they promised. Our final news story is going to focus around the Rainbow Six Siege Year 6 details. Rainbow Six Siege Year 6 is kicking off March 16th with Operation Crimson Heist. Now, the new operator Flores was teased. We talked about that in the last news episode. More details have been given on him. We did get some small details on 3 other operators that are coming this year. We have Nakota coming in Season 2, a Croatian operator in Season 3, and in the final season, an Irish operator. There aren't any real details to these operators yet, but they did say that there's going to be some reworks to the current operators going along with these. Also, and what might be considered some disappointing news, this will be the 3rd year that we are not getting a new map. Now, I, for one, don't care too much because I'm still trying to learn my way around all the maps. In Crimson Heist, Border is getting a rework that's supposed to not be super drastic. And then for the other 3 seasons, we're getting some reworks to 2 specific maps, as well as some drastic changes to all the maps entirely. With each season, we'll also be getting another battle pass. Ubisoft also announced a new reputation system. This article on PC Games says, in an ongoing effort to combat toxic player behavior in Rainbow Six Siege, Ubisoft is implementing a reputation system. These details are scarce, but the intention is that toxic behavior is recognized long-term and punished to reflect that. While positive behavior is rewarded and incentivized, there will be 5 levels to a reputation system, with level 0 involving possible repercussions such as not being able to queue for ranked matches, while level 4 will feature rewards, although those rewards haven't been confirmed yet. I'm really curious about this, because if you try to solo queue, you run into people team killing all the time, trolling, all that fun stuff. I'm really not sure what kind of rewards they can offer to make people want to stay in positive standing, but I do hope this helps. They're also going to be launching a replay system, allowing you to capture the whole map and see it as if you're spectating in a pro match. There will be new elite skins. Apparently, Ubisoft also wants to reduce downtime in matches and plans to do this by adding attacker repick, which allows attacking players to switch operators and loadouts during the preparation phase to react to the defending team's setup. Activities after death is a second approach, which allows players to use remote-controlled utility once they've been killed, such as piloting drones. Very interesting changes here. We're also getting a new secondary weapon. It's a 1-bullet hand cannon that can be used to clear defender at utility, like shields or bulletproof cameras. You only have 1 shot, though, so you gotta make sure you hit that shot. And to close out this part of the video, here are the details on Flores. This new attacker has access to 4 RCE Rotero drones, which blow up big holes in walls or enemies if you choose so. They don't work like regular drones. They can only be active for 10 seconds, and they can only go forward. They also don't move or jump like normal drones. Once the detonation starts, defenders have 3 seconds to evacuate before it explodes. They can't fight back either. It becomes bulletproof once it starts ticking. Basically, it goes into like a lockdown mode. This will be a 2-armor, 2-speed operator, and he'll have access to the AR-33 and the SR-25 as his primary weapons, as well as the GSH-18 as his sidearm. He can also carry claymores and stun grenades as his secondary gadget options. Well, that is pretty much the gist of this week's news. Like I said, a lot of smaller news stories, nothing big really happened. After some feedback, I've decided I will continue doing these news videos, but I'll be releasing them on Saturday. The news cycle seems to be Monday through Friday, so posting them on Saturday allows me to get this video made late Friday. That way, I hopefully won't miss any of Friday's news stories. I do also plan to continue posting 4 to 5 YouTube videos a week, as well as my podcast. I've really been trying to grind out YouTube videos because we're getting close to being monetized, and hey, my goal is to not put all my eggs in one basket. That's it for today's video. Again, I'm always open to feedback. You won't hurt my feelings. Hopefully next week has some bigger gaming news, but as always, take care, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.